A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David. And wow, looking at the AIS, you'd think that you could actually jump from boat to boat. Today, coming from Fiji, we unfortunately haven't got great weather for those in Tonga, but boy, there's a lot of boats leaving from Fiji. So a very good evening to you all. I tell you what, it has been a beautiful day here. It's a day that we actually think that summer is coming. It's 20 degrees at the moment, so that's pretty good for this time of night. No wind. It would have been a southerly, and that would have cooled things down, but absolutely zero wind at the moment. The bar is 1018.1 and dropping a bit. 40% cloud cover, and I don't know why, but everybody seemed to go to Auckland today, including me, and I have not long been home. The roads were a mess. Bit like looking at the AIS from Fiji. There are a few boats that have emailed in, seeing as they are on their first day and didn't feel that they should be on the radio when they're still sort of leaving the land. I'll give you a position. Actually, gracias, I do need your position, because despite the fact that you have given me your conditions, the AIS for you is slow. Very weird, because boats not too far away are only a few minutes old, but yours is 5 hours old. So seeing as Lorna's probably listening, we'll get you to call in with your position. Dash with Mike, Kelly and Rick on board. 1818 South. 17653 East. Southeast, everyone seems to have Southeast 15, so I probably won't repeat that. They're doing 7.5 on a course of 210. I didn't write down true or magnetic, but anyway. 2.5 metres swell, so that's probably making it a little bit bumpy. 65% cloud cover, so far so good for them. They're all good on board. Moonfish, unfortunately, has no receive, so they're sending Garmin messages through, and this one was for an hour ago. 1823 South, 17652 East, course of 193 magnetic at 9.3, so they're all doing well. Southeast 15, 1 to 2 metres swell and 90% cloud cover. Okay, let's see if I can find Gracias Gulf Harbour Radio. Well, nothing heard. So Lorna, they were doing 6.5 on a course of 205 true, an hour or 45 minutes ago. 12 to 15 from the southeast and 25% cloud cover. So with a bit of luck, they'll call in shortly. Okay, Jack Iron, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard there. How about Master Plan?
Gulf Harbour, this is Master Plan.
Oh, good copy. I was beginning to worry about my radio. Well, you guys are doing well, but better than last time, so go ahead, over.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Gulf Harbour. All well on Master Plan. We departed from Fiji this morning. Our current position 1831 minutes south, 176 degrees 58. We're doing 6.6 knots on a course of 210 magnetic. The wind is about 20 knots at the moment from 150 to cloud covers about 6 knots or so, and the barometer about 1008.
Okay, and I guess you have got the 1 or 2 metre swell. 1812 South for Master Plan, who left this morning. 17658 East. 6.6 speed on a course of 210 magnetic. They've got 20 knots of wind from the southeast, 150 true at the moment, 60% cloud cover and 1008. I'm sure it's good to get going, over. Yeah, I was just saying, I bet it's good to get going. It should be okay. Something might be causing some interference. but all copied from you. Over.
Yeah, I understand you can hear me, but I'm getting interference now from traffic.
Okay, it's all good copy from you, no problem at all. So that's good. Okay, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, so have a good, safe night. Obsession, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, I do, Lisa. How are you copying me? Over.
I can hear you, it's chatty, and sometimes I have to guess the in-between word, over.
Okay, hopefully I'll just step back a little bit from the microphone. It seems to be going out all right, so hopefully it's just conditions. Go ahead, Lisa.
So we're not far away from master plan. We're 1812 south, 17758 east. Yeah, we've got the 20 knot easterly, and 210 magnetic, and yeah, the 2 meter swell as well. But all is well on board, all is well on board, over.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, you are very close to them. I've written down exactly the same thing. 1812 south, 17658 east, 20 knots of southeast on a course of 210 magnetic. I didn't have your boat speed, but about a 2 meter southeasterly swell, I guess. So all good. Good start. Over. Okay, I wondered whether you were on top of them. 1803 south, 1706 east, and 200 magnetic, and I guess about 6 knots. Got it. Over. Yep, roger that. So very close to master plan. Okay, well, good to talk to you again, Lisa, and we'll try and keep this lovely weather for you when you arrive. Okay, clear with obsession. David's just spluttering here. Clear with obsession, and have we got any copy to Jack Iron? Jack Iron. Nothing heard. Falado left today from Vunda for Numia, but they won't be on until tomorrow. I'll just see if I can find Gracias for a position. Gracias, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard. Is there anybody else wanting to check in? Get yourself on the list for the next 10 days. Is there anybody else? I thought there might be someone there, but there was a lot of a splatter to start with. Was there somebody calling in? Oh boy, he's got a strange radio, Barney, so we'll see what we can do. Soy Libre, go ahead.
He's there.
Barry, can you make anything out?
Jesus.
Barry, Mackay, I've got nothing from Soy Libre at all. Did you pick up anything?
Was that for Mackay?
Sure was.
Yeah, I'm hearing him, but he's got problems with the radio. He cuts out out and then he comes in strong. His last call was pretty strong. Andy, so Libre, come ahead, try again.
Okay, this is Andy, so Libre, and I'm at 19 degrees, 06 minutes, 178 degrees, 34 minutes.
Did you copy that, Trish?
Yeah, roger that, Andy. I've got you 1906 south, 17834. Just check whether that was, I think that's west. Yep, west. So carry on, over.
Geometric pressure is 1013. Wind is from the southeast at about 5 knots. I will be leaving tomorrow morning. I'll check in with them outside of this pool. I'd like to get there.
Okay, I understand it's southeast 5 at that position, and you are leaving tomorrow. There was another comment, Barry. Did you copy that over to Mackay?
Yeah, Roger, Trish, he's leaving tomorrow morning. That was the other comment, over.
Roger that. Okay, well, we'll try you again tomorrow evening, Andy. All right, see what you can do about that radio, because it's fine once it settles down. Okay, is there anybody else before I pass it to David to give an update on the weather? Was that Iron Maiden? Is that you, Margaret?
Yeah, it's Iron Maiden.
Okay, Iron Maiden. I don't know why I missed you off my list here. Coming from Vanuatu. Go ahead, Margaret, over.
Yes, hello, Peter. I can't hear you hardly at all, so I'm just hoping you can hear me. And I'll just go through. We are currently 18.36 degrees south, 168.7 degrees east. We're currently at 4.7 knots with a 7-knot wind speed from southeast. We are in 174.2 and barometers 1006 over.
Roger, all copied. Could you just clarify how you are giving me your latitude and longitude? Are you giving me degrees and decimal degrees, or are you giving me like 18 degrees 36 minutes? Or is that 18.36 as you said? Could you just clarify, Margaret, over? Okay, Barry, could you give her a call and ask her to clarify whether she is giving me degrees and minutes or decimal degrees? Mackay, over.
Roger, Trish. Margaret, do you copy Barry on Mackay, over?
I said Barry, I can hear anyone, over.
Okay, if you hear me, Trish would like a clarification on your longitude, latitude. Are you using degrees, minutes, or decimal degrees? You said 168, I think it was 27 minutes, or is it 168.27 degrees, over?
Barry, I barely hear that. I'll just repeat myself. It is 18.36 degrees south, 168.27.
I wish they wouldn't do that.
Roger, I got that. Did you catch that, Trish?
Yeah, I did catch that. I still don't think it sounds right, but I will send an email and try and clarify that. We really do want degrees and minutes, folks. Degrees and minutes. I'm not sure what instrument she would be using to give me decimal degrees. Anyway, thanks, Barry. Good that you are there. All right, folks, I will give a call again after David has finished, but let's have a listen to an update of what's going on in the southwest Pacific weather-wise.
Okay, folks, this will be fairly quick. Take a sharp look at the synoptic picture for today. Today's, the 21st. The pesky subtropical depression continues to move slowly to the southeast. Satellite imagery has it centered at 31 south and 175 west, with a central pressure of 996 millibar. It's still quite active, well wound up, and it is sending out some strong winds, but more localized. So that's good news. Now there's a cold front that extends in an arc. It goes up to 30 south and 165 west. Then it turns and it becomes 20 south and 170 west, and then 12 south and the date line. So if you connect all those little dots, that'll be the axis of the cold front. It continues on to the Solomons. In addition to that front, we have a couple of troughs that also are extending from the center of this depression. One of them goes to Tonga, goes on to Fiji, the reason a lot of you have got cloud there that are in Fiji, then goes to northern Vanuatu, and then on to the Solomons. And finally, the third trough, that parallels the second one, and that heads toward Tonga, but it stalls out before it gets there. That's good news. Next up in the batting order is our Tasman Depression. That's pretty much located between New Zealand and Australia. Its cold front is still on course and timed to hit the North Island Saturday the 26th. Now, 4 models agree to the event, but timing is still not locked in. It seems, looking at the AIS that Trish has got over my shoulder, that about half the flotilla from Fiji has left, and looks like maybe the other half will go tomorrow, or who knows. Now, for the Fiji yachts now, winds are basically southerly quadrant, and the seas are also southerly quadrant, about 2 meters once you get down to approximately 20 south, maybe not even quite 20 south. As the passage continues, the seas should back to come from an easterly quadrant, and they may be 1.5 meters, maybe 2 meters, give or take on that. The wind is also going to shift to become easterly quadrant, and the reason for all of that is we have that high that is in between that first depression and the second one that's in the Tasman. So we have a high that's situated right smack dab in the middle. Now, let's talk about the Tonga yachts. Unfortunately, they're not so lucky with the winds. The Tuesday forecast for early Tuesday calls for westerly winds 15 to 30 knots for Tongatapu, the Hapais, and Vava'u, and that includes the Minervas. But by evening tomorrow, Tongatapu and the Minervas winds look to be west to southwest, about 10 to 20 knots, and then expect the winds to shift southerly. And as a matter of fact, virtually the same thing for Vava'u and the Hapais. What else could I tell you? Things are basically going to be different, I would say, for the Tonga yachts, starting about Thursday, and Thursday through maybe even Monday the 28th, fairly long period of time as far as forecasting goes. But the winds are going to shift to become an easterly quadrant wind, and they will be about 15 to 20 knots. So a lot of changes for the Tonga boats, and some of them may take advantage of these wind shifts. We're not sure. So that's the basis for the picture, the synoptic picture, and with that, I'll give it back to the chief.
Okay, thank you for that. And I was just trying to find ZoomX, and they are I'm really not very happy with my AIS at the moment because it's got some very delayed people, and I meant to have satellite information, but anyway, we'll try and find them on the radio. ZoomX, Gulf Harbour. Good copy from you, a very good copy from you actually. I hope you are able to copy me, which you did respond, so I guess you are. How's things going with that current? Over.
We are on a course of 030 at a speed of 6.5 knots. We have a swell of 1.5 meters, and yes, we are at about 20 miles from the equator, and so very soon we will start feeling the equatorial current. But everything at the moment, everything is very, very well on board.
Yep, sounds excellent. So, yep, not too far from the equator, and you've been over it enough times to not have to worry about anything ceremonial. 0021 south, wow, and 13418 west. 030 true course at 6.5 knots. Nice easy speed for ZoomX. 1.5 meters swell. You didn't say which direction, but I'm presuming that well, let's have a look at what is the wind doing. What is the wind doing, Anna?
Yes, I forgot the wind. We have between 15 and 20 knots from east-southeast over.
Okay, well, very pleasant sailing for you then. A nice pleasant night in for you tonight. Oh, by the way, have you seen anything of the comet? I presume with your being with relatively clear skies, have you seen the comet? You might be too far, or maybe too close to the equator, I guess. But I just wonder if you'd seen the comet that we're all looking for at the moment. Over.
No, I haven't, but I will certainly have a better look, and I will let you know. And I also have a question for David, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead. He's listening.
So, we saw that there is a tropical depression that will be forming out of Mexico starting tomorrow, and will be moving eastward, let's say parallel to the equator at about 15 degrees north. So, I just wanted to ask David if he has time, if he can have a look, and it looks like it will pass, it will stay, it will not pass southern than 15 degrees north, but it was just to have his opinion over.
Okay, so you're looking at the tropical depression out of Mexico, which is forming tomorrow, moving east, and yep, he'll have a look. The best way to contact you, is it WhatsApp, or would you prefer email? Over.
Oh, it's the same. It's good for you. We access both email and WhatsApp, and
Okay, no worries. He will have a look at that. So, yeah, it's not usually something that area that he looks at, so it will be of interest. Oh, he's just got it at the moment, having a look. So, I think we're finished with the boats that have left today. So, anyway, just stand by. He's having a look. But we'll certainly be keeping an eye on that for you guys anyway. So, just stand by.
Yeah, hi, Anna. I'm just looking at it very quickly. I'll do a better look a little bit later, and we'll send you an email. That'd be the best thing. But from what I could gather at the moment, it's going to trek east for a short period of time, and then it's going to veer to probably it's going to wind up going to the northwest, from what I could see, and yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like from here. I will give you an email tonight or tomorrow morning when I look at it in more detail. This is a very typical route for these to take that form around that part of Mexico. They tend to go west, and then they start to make a little bit of a right turn. Very seldom do they just go east. So I don't think you're going to have anything to worry about because you're heading for the Panama Canal, I would assume. Maybe that's a bad assumption. Is it the Panama that you're heading for? Over?
Say it again. Are you heading to Panama?
Are you heading for Panama? Over.
Yes, that's correct. We're heading towards Panama, so our plan now is to cruise the equatorial current, and once we get to 4 or 5 degrees north, we will start heading east because the wind will allow us to head east. And we will keep sailing just south of the ITC west. So in order to calculate the wind direction not entering.
You just say south of the ITCZ, and then
4 or 5 degrees north, we will start heading east, following the counter current, which is about the equatorial current. What that means, just for this discussion, is that it will stay above the ITCZ, so I believe this is a normal pattern they normally follow. It was just an opinion, and only if you have time, so no big worries. Over.
Yep, no worries. It will be interesting to just keep track of it and see that it behaves itself normally and won't be a problem. All right, Anna, and hi to Paolo, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. So have a good night. Over.
Thank you very much, and have a good night, you too. Talk to you tomorrow.
Roger that. Okay, clear with Zumax, who are very close to the equator at the moment at their 134 degrees west position. And I've just been looking at the propagation tables, and I see to Fiji it's maybe better if we were about a half an hour later. But anyway, things do change. It might even be better at a higher frequency. Okay, is there anybody else with anything? There's nothing coming through on streaming tonight. Is there anybody with anything? Please call. There sounded like a splot from Soy Libra again, so you better stay on frequency, Barry, just in case he wants to talk to you. David has just got something a bit more here.
I want Anna again.
And hopefully Zumax is still there, because I think he's got something that he's looking at.
Anna, when you said you were going up to about 4 north and then heading to Panama, can you give me the longitude when you are going to be at 4 north. So in other words, just give me a latitude and longitude, the point at which you're going to change course to go to Panama. Give me a latitude and longitude, and give me an approximate time, an ETA to that point. Over.
Yes, okay. It will very much depend on the behavior of the boat in the equatorial current, but we expect to cross the equatorial current, let's say in 3 days. So 3 days from tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. And we expect that, and we hope to be around 130 west when we will start turning east. So we expect in about 3 days to be at 4 degrees north and 130 west. Over.
Okay, got that. So in 3 days, you're looking at being at 4 degrees north. It will depend, as you say, on the currents. So, and that would be about 130 west. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm sure David will be looking carefully tonight, and he will email or whatever you after he's had a good look. I think that. He's still saying don't go away, but it would be a lot easier to do it peacefully. But here he is.
Yeah, it would be better to do it more peacefully, but I'm sure you want a little bit of information beforehand. But from what I see, from what I understand, you're going to be just below the intertropical convergence zone, and you're going to be about 4 south and 130 west. At that point, from what I could see, the position of actually it'll be a hurricane by that point. It's going to be around 13 degrees north and 123 degrees west. So that's about as far south as it gets that I could see. 13. I think it will not penetrate the ITCZ. It will not penetrate that. So it will be quite a few degrees north of you before you, when you make your turn toward Panama. However, you may be getting some seas, and it could be fairly rough. But I'll take a better look at that, and I'll give you something certainly by tomorrow morning. Over.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yeah, and you are more or less confirming what our opinion was, but from what we see, it will be probably Friday or Saturday that we will be at the closest point, because we will be moving east in the meantime, and we will be and the tropical storm will be moving west. And so our assumption is that on Friday, Saturday, we might both be at about 1.25 west, at about maybe 10 to 15 degrees of latitude difference. So we will still be around 4 or 5 degrees south, and the tropical storm might be at the same longitude, but at about 16 degrees north. This is our assumption, and if this is the case, I think we don't have to worry. But yeah, of course, it would be very interesting to have your opinion. Over.
Yep, roger that. He'll put it all together later on and make sure that there's not going to be any conflict with that little system. I'm looking over his shoulder at it. I can see why you would certainly be a little bit concerned. Okay, Anna, we'll be in touch later on, and in the meantime, have a good night. So we'll clear with you and let you go this time. And is there anybody else before we shut her down? I've got someone that's I really can't work out, and I'm assuming that that's because it's Soy Libra again, but could you just, whoever it is, have a good look at the radio and see if you can just make it a little clearer. Go ahead. Oh, it sounded like it might be Dash, but it was a lot clearer when you called in yesterday. Can you give me a Roger Roger if it was Dash? Over. Aha, so it is Dash. Well, I don't know why it is actually quite overdriven. But anyway, see what you can do. I've got your report on email, so that's no problem. But yeah, if you can just have a look at that radio, it is really hard to understand. But it does sound as if, I don't know what radio you've got, but it is a little bit what we call overdriven on the microphone. So have a look, Mike, or it might be Rick, but it is a little hard to understand. So I'm hoping that it will be better tomorrow. Back to you to give me another over. No, I just get this burst of static when you key the microphone, so there's something strange going on there. If anyone has any ideas on that one, Barry, if you've got any ideas, just speak up, because it is really strange. I thought it was Soy Libra. It was a sort of a similar noise. Okay, all right, can't do much more for Dash, but we'll hopefully you'll have a look at things whilst it's reasonably good, apart from that swell that you've got there, and we'll try it again tomorrow night. Okay, folks, if there is nobody else, we will leave you in peace.
I got another question for Donna.
No, I don't think so.
So I'm not going to be here tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. David's not going to be here tomorrow night. I don't know whether Zumax, you're still there.
Ask her if she is.
Zumax, are you on frequency still? No, nothing heard.
Yeah.
So you've got the email, and that will have to do. Yes, I forgot to mention, folks, David will not be on tomorrow night. He will be here tomorrow morning, so if anyone has anything that he needs to respond to, please get it in pretty swiftly, because he'll be leaving here shortly after lunch and away for the evening. Okay, that's it from me and him. I'll be on tomorrow night, and I'll talk to you then. Cheers, everybody.